Oh yeah, so my day job is working at a family mortuary, and it's interesting. You talk about faith, and I have to be perfectly honest, it's funny that I ended up here because I used to have a phobia of death as a kid. I used to have panic attacks as a kid. I saw people, and not violent death. I saw people. I grew up in a house with had a lot of older people. When we moved
Yeah.
in, my grandma, my grandpa, my grandma, my grandpa were there. My grandmother's brother was there. My grandpa's sister was there for a while. My great grandmother was there for a while. So it was a lot of people in a little house. And so, I saw my great grandmother. I came home from school and she had passed, and I was the first person to get home because everybody else was at work. I was like 12. My great uncle, my grandmother's brother, unfortunately had a massive heart attack at the dinner table, and so and my next door neighbor, I went over to check on him. My mom asked me to go check on him because she didn't see any smoke coming from his chimney during a cold winter's night, and he had passed. And so, as a kid, I had a phobia. I used to have panic attacks, and a friend of mine, was telling me, you gotta go, you gotta just believe in God and believe in heaven and everything. And it was just hard. I think because I was a kid that was very inquisitive, and I'm the kid that's renting Grey's Anatomy from the library just to see it. I just want to look at it. And
Mm.
then like, oh, that's all inside of me. What the hell? And so I used to have a really bad phobia about that. And so that my life journey brought me here is kind of ironic. You could say, a greater spirit brought me here to deal with those things and and I'm still someone who is, it's funny, I'm bold and fearless when it comes to doing activities that could kill me, but then I don't like to think about the consequences. And that's something I
Yeah.
had to be honest about. Like I used to have a motorcycle. I'm the first person to like, oh, let's go to the beach and jump off this rocky ledge. Let's test drive this Dodge Challenger and see if we can get it to 180. And so it's kind of these contradictory visions in my life. But the one thing I've learned working here, and I'm not here as much as I used to be because the writing is kind of taking up a lot of my time. But I've learned that there's great comfort in faith. There's great comfort in community, and we walk by faith, not by sight. And you know, when you see somebody, a family here, to me, the the biggest thing that I take away from is when you find I have a family where the member that's passed was obviously loved, because not always that way. It's
Yeah.
not always that way. I've seen situations where it's very cold and very reticent, and
Hmm.
people are like, it's a business transaction. But when you see somebody who is really loved, the greatest sound to me is laughter inside of a funeral home. That's one of the most beautiful sounds because it tells you that that person, those people are remembering that person, and that person was loved and they were cared for, and no one knows what goes beyond this veil of wrath and tears. But I've got to hope and I've got to believe that those people, those good people, are there and they're waiting for us and watching over us. And I thought that before I had a recent passing in my family, and I hope that's the way it is. I